Jam on it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night, the coffee break. We are back on our regular night. Fixing to bring Mike Stone up in here, and we got a special guest, Erik Santos of the Metal Taco Show with us tonight. So we're gonna bring Mike up in here, and he's gonna tell us all about some new flavors coming up this season. I know we're coming up in the we're in summer. We're fixing getting that fall season. Go up into that winter season where we're peppermint and pumpkin spice is nice. So let me bring Mike in here and see how he's doing tonight. Mike, what's up, brother? We're back on Wednesday night. We're back. We had a Thursday show last week, but hey, we're back on our regular nights on Wednesday night around 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad about that. Like, we had a little hiatus, but we're back. So I even for the special occasion made a coffee in my little cafe fiend. So any of my fans coming in, they like it when I yell at Blue Jays. So that was the first video I did it. It was actually, I was in my backyard and I got Blue Jays that are like freaking taking over the backyard. And so I'll be trying to film and they're swooping down at me. They're crazy.
Yes. Well, let me bring our special guest. He's with us on a lot of other shows. He's my co-host on the Metal Taco Show, and he's back, and we got some shows coming up. So he's not just our guest; he's our brother. So let me bring Mr. Erik Santos up in here. Erik, what's going on?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Erik?
We got 6 people watching us right now, guys. In the chat, I see 6 people. If you got any comments, questions, hit them in that text real quick. Text and we will answer those questions tonight. We got the guru. Right there on that side of me. Mike Stone. He knows everything about probably everything about coffee, creamers, machines, all that. He makes his own coffee. He has his own coffee business, guys. So if you got a question about coffee or how to make it, what it tastes like, anything, that's the man to ask right there. And we're here to learn. We're here to learn. Me and Erik here to learn. So
I just Erik actually buys from Coastal Cafe too. You got your yeah.
Oh yeah, samples are good. Thanks, brother.
That's another thing is I was trying to think of a way to, because I get a lot of requests, like people will like fill out a form hey, what's up? People will fill out the form, but then they won't leave an address. So I had to figure out a way. So that's the cool thing about the site too. You could apply, for a sample. And I try to keep up on those. I'm trying to send a lot more samples out these days, and keeps me pretty busy. But yeah.
Welcome, Rough Girl, and welcome, Daniel. So Facebook is working tonight, guys. I've got Facebook, so people can watch it on Facebook. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So please share. We're trying to get as much audience, and please subscribe to the channel because we're going to try. This is going to be a weekly show and more shows. Me and Erik, and all three of us. We're on multiple different types of shows. But like to say, Wednesday nights is the coffee break. So hit that Facebook. I love to see more people on Facebook, especially local people. So definitely hit that Facebook share button. Mm-hmm. All right, Mike, it's yours, brother.
All right, so like I've kind of been opening up my platform a little bit. So a lot of people may have gotten that notification through TikTok, and so like very grateful, very happy that I have a channel that's really growing because, and this is where kind of Erik comes into, because, you recently had, your mom passed away. My dad passed away a year ago, and I launched Coastal Cafe on August 27th. And so I'm going through all this kind of stuff, emotions. And now I got this business because when you first launch something, it's exciting. A lot of people. So I just didn't know how to do a live production or do brewing videos. I honestly didn't want to do that because every time there's a brewing video, it's like copying someone else. I didn't want to do the same pour over. I didn't want to do, so I have all this talent and experience and also a partial career in comedy and theater. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just threw on a hat and kind of was mimicking one of my employees who was actually from France, but his parents are Welsh and German. So he had this really weird, and he had this crazy sort of opinions about coffee, and he would say crazy things. So we would go back and forth during the low time of our slow days of our coffee to certain weekdays. It'd be dead. There wouldn't be anyone. It'd be say it'd be around 3 p.m. So it'd be making drinks in the back room and talking to each other and weird accents and stuff. But he'd get pissed off at me because I'd be mimicking him and stuff. So it just sort of was a pastime where I was okay, I was just throwing all kinds of stuff. I actually did a few videos on TikTok just as myself, funny videos. And I realized okay, it's not really catching on. I don't really want to copy people. I don't want to do the same pour over video that I see that everyone duplicates and copies. So I just did one or a dozen videos, and I posted 3 or 4 of them consecutively each day. And one of them hit 3 million views. Oh. And I was okay. So I just sort of kept doing the persona, and it just, as I explained in one of the TikTok videos, it became that creative element to describe 2 categories and nested in the coffee space, which is the non-elitist, the person who embraces the coffee community in all of its fashions and forms, and then the elitist, who, or the coffee snob, the guy who plays and is just this he's just this bastard. He just he's judgmental about every new way of making coffee. So it's a learning experience. So I just do the videos, do the funny comedy, and let people learn in the comments rather than the traditional way. It's here, let me show you how this brewer works, which I do brewing videos. I started doing brewing videos, and people like those. So I earned a new badge on the coffee channel doing brewing videos, which I love to do. But traditionally, I'm a roaster. I've been roasting for over 10 years. I've been in the coffee industry for 18. So a lot of these coffees that you will see on the website are coffees that I have developed over a long period of time, blood, sweat, and tears of perfecting these brews. So, and I also have new coffees coming in. So we could take a look at some of them. If you want, you could click on the tab here.
Yeah.
The Coffe page. because a lot of people haven't really gotten exposure to some of these coffees, and I've really updated and revamped the whole website. We originally, the business was called Coastal Roasters, and I officially changed the name to Coastal Cafe. Cafe being the transliteration of Coffe, which is actually German. So it's like cafe spelled with a K. So just sort of a unique spin. And all the Florida like vibe stuff, that's just all based on the vibe of Florida. You know, I had to get the Florida because I live here and you can't deny it. So when you see me in videos, people look like, they're like, where is he at? Like this kind of looks like Florida, or looks like he's in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, we're in Florida. So kind of catch that vibe. So I just took the two vibes and glued them together, you know, and it just became like a perfect like marriage, you know. But yeah, so this is the home page. I'll briefly go over some of the coffees here. If you click on the Coffe tab, it's the second tab on the left there.
One second, Mike. I gotta redo it again real quick. Let me see.
But yeah, I recently updated a lot of things on there that I think a lot of people will really appreciate, because we're taking in the coffee space, we're taking stuff like back in time that were popular during like the late 70s into the 80s, and then emerging into a new coffee genre, which is making coffee, specialty coffee from home. And that's what a lot of people doing, you know, with the technology of brewing equipment, things are getting crazier and crazier. Like they actually put touch screens, like your phone. They actually like put a high grade like screen on their machine, so you could actually specifically brew different types of coffees. Wow. So I wanted to upgrade the coffee industry from your phone, so you could be on your phone and customize coffee. Like that's what this thing is. Kind of looks like, you ever go to like a Home Depot or whatever, you see a huge paint wheel with all the different like colors, and it explains all the different flavors and varieties. So I basically made it as complex as somebody who is a skilled barista to even get down to flavors, grind size, and choosing a type of bean, and tried to simple it as easy enough for somebody who is new to coffee, who's like, you know what, I see all these flavors out there that everyone's marketing, but I just want something that's simple. I just want something that's medium roast, that's vanilla, that's, you know, that's not very, you know, acidic or anything, or not very mild, just something that's smooth. I can do that. And it also allows me to communicate with the customer about, you know, so you could actually message me as you're doing your order. You could click the bottom right and message me, and it's not some sort of bot or anything. It's actually directly straight to my phone. So please, if you are a fan or whatever, don't spam me. Don't just start messaging me. But if you have serious questions about like coffee and about how the application works, you can actually message me and we can chat about your coffee and about details about how it works and the checkout process. So I made it very personal, because I'm assuming that a lot of people who are trying to save money and save time and not, you know, travel far and visit, you know, you could actually talk to a very skilled roaster who's been doing this for a long time. And I have some other people on the team as well who can answer questions if I don't, you know, answer those questions. But yeah, that's one of the unique things about Coastal Cafe, is how personal we are and how we personalize products to meet the specific desires of the consumer, you know. So nothing that we have out even as a label. So if you go back and look at all the labels, all the labels that we have are verified by the consumer. So it's not like I'm coming something out of my ass, you know, like I'm going to come out with like raisin something great. And I'm like, who wants that? Who
Captain Crunch coffee.
Like, who wants that? So a lot of these labels that I come out with, and we will be coming out with like a peanut butter one. Like peanut butter sort of emerged back into like it was like more of a thing of like the later '80s into the '90s. Peanut butter coffee. Like, how are you able to do that? But we put that on a customs list. So if you customize your coffee, you could select peanut butter or chocolate peanut butter or whatever. So when we get these orders that seem to cycle through a lot, then we come together, we make a board decision and we're like, okay, we're going to make an official label because obviously this is something that's the consumer wants. So when you create a coffee, so I will be coming out with new coffees here very soon that I'm working on that have been based off of what this list is most preferred. So
yeah, Mike, I was gonna tell the people at home. In a small town we're at, we go to Publix, Walmart. I mean, I was looking at some of your flavors here. I mean, where are you gonna find a passion? You can get passion fruit coffee. He's got rum, gin, brandy, lavender, rose, hickory smoke infusion, peanut butter, like you was saying, tangerine, pineapple, coconut cream, banana bread. It's out of South, but you're gonna be having that one. Pumpkin pie, of course, caramel, ginger, nutmeg, hazelnut. Cake batter, different one,
chocolate
hazelnut.
chip mint, yes.
Wow. I mean, where do you find it? I mean, I have never seen blueberry, black cherry. You got different mango. I mean, there's you'll see different types of coffee, but wow. I mean, I've never seen.
You gotta do pistachio.
Yeah,
it's probably possible. Yeah, but
I've had a pistachio coffee before. It's really good. It's hard to make, but it's really good. But yeah, so yeah, this list keeps growing, and the flavors will also increase as we put more labels into the shop. And labels, what I mean is a coffee that we created based on it's not based on like any kind of like bias or anything like that. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, these are flavors that the consumer wanted to have, So if you click on the coffee page, I could just quickly go through like some of the ones that are still pretty hot on the list right now. Like if you don't have if you don't want to go through a customs list, these are all specific coffees that we have, and I recently updated all the imagery. So you can see the label very clearly, see the graphics that explains the coffee. There's a lot of descriptions and videos for each one. But a big thing that's sort of like a hoity-toity, like if you are a snob kind of coffee is this jasmine coffee. It's more of like something that is popular in the Midwest or out West. It's not really a popular thing here down south because when you think of lavender, you think of cleaning supplies. And it ain't nothing like that. It ain't close to nothing like that. It's more of like believe it or not, I've had a very popular lavender coffee that has vanilla in it as well. It is magnificent. It is elegant. It's like fit for like, the Queen of England. So that's what that coffee is designed for. And then I have my versions of 2 whiskey coffee. One's a bourbon and the other one is called Ranger. My top selling out of those is a maple bourbon whiskey. And then we have the Ranger one, the one on the right, that you see the horseshoe on it. That one actually is infused with hickory smoke. No joke. Wow. I don't use a flavoring like a lot of these other companies. They cheat. You could actually get a smoke flavoring and put into your coffee. It's an artificial flavoring, and it sucks. I don't know why people do that. But after the coffee comes off the fire, so to speak, or comes off the roaster, it sets for literally, an additional 30 seconds or a minute, and it goes into a container which is filled with smoke. So I actually have a smoking device that infuses the coffee, and it sets for another 3 to 4 minutes, gets that smoky flavor, and then it sits in the natural whiskey flavors that we use, proprietary flavors that we use. and it ages for just 2 or 3 days as it off gases and naturally absorbs all those flavors. So what you get is something that it's very rustic. Kind of makes you feel like you're like when you drink it, like you want to get on a horse. And
Erik like that.
Yeah. Like you want to go, like you want to, or watch a Western or something, or go camping. That's what it reminds me of. Like I remember, like I did a lot of camping in my 20s and stuff, and hiking and stuff. So I'd bring a pour over or whatever. We make a fire, be sitting there, to be smelling the oak burn off the wood, off the fire, to be drinking coffee. And I'm like, this needs to be a coffee. It needs to be like, I want to create a coffee. When you make it, it's like a campfire in your house, you know? So that's, you know, how we came up with that one. So, and I'll go quickly through the other ones really quick.
And Mike, I love the labels you made on, man. It was like a collector's bag almost, you know, like something like, wow, this is you open it up, it looks like a collector's item.
Yeah. And yeah, I had to, like every inch of every label, every graphic, every color, everything is all done primarily by me. And I do have a friend of mine who helps with graphics and design. So everything's copyrighted and owned by Coastal Cafe. So, so all these other labels too, believe it or not, these labels down here, we have Ethiopian. We have one of my favorites next to that is called Eclipse, the one that's green. That's Italian espresso. Very sweet, very robust, it's just awesome. I've never seen so much crema come from an espresso when it's run through an espresso machine. And then we have Coca Lua, which is one of our classics. First coffees that I came out with when I launched the business is it's Swiss chocolate with sea salt caramel, and it's like a dessert coffee. Very, very good. One of our top sellers. If you scroll down again.
Yeah, I bought that one a few times.
Yeah. I have a customer that's all she drinks. She'll get like 4 or 5 bags of that at a time. It's crazy. If you scroll down, we have orange slice vice. And funny thing is, one of my highest trending videos is about orange juice and espresso. And everyone's still debating, did he actually like it? Because I kind of don't really say whether or not I like it. But actually, believe it or not, creamsicle coffee has been around for a while. So I've tried probably 13 different other brands, their creamsicle. And so I have some backing and experience. So I came out with mine and used some very complex vanillas and creams to really get that flavor popping on the coffee. I even, roasted like dozens of different African coffees to find the right one that would pair perfect to give you that sort of, so when you add creamer to it, you're kind of like, holy cow, this is like that childhood creamsicle you get, when you hear the ice cream truck going by. So we created the orange slice. That to this day is the highest selling coffee. It isn't as of date the number one selling coffee, but annually it is the most sold coffee out of my coffee shop is creamsicle. Wow. Then the next one to that is Rum Run Caribbean. It is next in line to that. If you love rum chata, drink rum chata, this one took like 3 years to develop. I had to find the right type of flavors to combine the coconut creams, the Caribbean rum with the cinnamon, and get it all perfectly paired and with the right beans. So that one sells like crazy. Then I have a Guatemalan, which I put back into the shop. It's been out of the shop for a while. If you scroll down, I have 3 more that are current right now. There is a Costa Rican, which is an award-winning Costa Rican that's very complex, very smooth, very elaborate. I have a Colombian and also an organic, 100% organic Peruvian, which is
I bought the organic one. I remember.
Yeah, it's out of all the coffees, as far as being clean and crisp, that's going to be your most clean and crisp one. It's just phenomenal. Like, it's so elegant. And there's 12 items in the shop right now, and I'm coming out with 4 more. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I mentioned them before, but I'm not gonna just and I'm only going to mention it once. Right now is have the official roster here. One is going to be a blueberry coffee dessert one. One's going to be a cinnamon roll. Another one is going to be a Cuban Cubano, so it's going to be a Cuban espresso. Nice. So a lot of people like the Italian type of espresso, but now, because of a lot of videos that I've done, people are very interested in the Latino coffees and the Spanish coffees. So I was like, you know what? Because the number one selling Latin coffee happens to be a Cafe Bustelo, and I'm like, why don't I come out with my version of a Latin coffee? So I'm coming out with one that's going to be called Cafe Cubano. So it's going to be a Latin-based espresso. And then I'm going to be bringing, we mentioned the mango and passion fruit. I'm bringing one.
Ooh.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing back the Manglio Passion, which is a mango passion fruit. And that one's sort of hard to sell because a lot of people don't like it. It's kind of like the lavender one. People are like, I don't really get it, and I'm not really sure about it. People are finally, and it's been over a decade, people are finally starting to warm up to the creamsicle one, and people love it. So it takes time. The same with the lavender. As a barista and somebody who's been in the industry for so long, I've known about this since I was 18 years old. Baristas and barista channels right now, they're making lavender syrups and doing all these cool videos, which is great. And and everyone's like, well, I never heard of it. And like baristas and people who've been roasters, I'm like, it's been around since the 80s. I don't know where you have been. So, yeah. And of course, we have tons of merch stuff as well. So I just designed some new mugs and stuff. We have a skull mug that has flowers and stuff. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we got tons of stuff on the channel.
Welcome, Cole. Cole just said hi to us. Welcome, Cole. And Daniel said, what about whiskey? Yeah, Mike just went over about his whiskey brand. Oh, one question, Mike. Yeah, a lot of people missed out. I know you had that July Santa Claus, that sale you had. Are you coming? Are we going to have a second chance at the pumpkin spice and the candy cane in the near future?
No, not with those. Like those specific labels. And I did this on purpose. Like every Christmas, the seasonal ones, the names, they'll be similar coffees, but it won't be the same name. So, and the reason is it forces me as a roaster to continually update seasonal items, because like if you constantly come up with the same ones, unless it's like so amazingly good and people expect it, but with holiday coffees, it's kind of like, it's sort of like run of the mill. You know what you're gonna get. Like every Halloween, what's the coffee? Pumpkin spice. I was like, you know what? Like, as much as it's so easy just to keep the same label, I decided whatever coffees are left over during the holidays, we'll do a Christmas in July. And actually did pretty well. So the same labels that we sold during Christmas or during the holidays, we do a couple of weeks where you at a lower price, you could get the same Christmas coffees that you remembered from the previous season sold at Christmas in July. So we had Santa Claus dancing on the beach kind of thing. So a lot of people probably saw the promo. And we sold, the sale did okay, not the greatest, but that kind of gives me an idea of what we should be looking forward to as far as the new holiday. Because if I do Christmas in July and it does like awesome and we like sell out within a few days, then I'm like, okay, definitely these coffees people really love. So it gives me an idea and it lets me know from the consumer, yeah, I really like it. So much so that I bought Christmas coffee in July, so that lets me know, should we keep it or just let it pass? So definitely we're going to let them pass. So for the Christmas coming up for the holidays, I have some ideas. My idea is to come out with a pumpkin cheesecake coffee.
Ooh, wow.
So that may be the one for coming up for the pumpkin season, and then for
everybody right now. pumpkin. You'll see pumpkins.
Yeah,
the next
like
month crates everywhere.
Yeah,
you do peppermint ice cream.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a lot of people get burnt out on the pumpkin stuff. So like you really got to be creative and be like, okay, if you just come out with pumpkin spice again, there's got to be an element that makes it different. And
by Christmas, everybody they don't want to see a pumpkin. They don't want to see a pumpkin again. But about August, they're like, oh, we want pumpkin. And then by Christmas, I don't want to see a pumpkin again.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? It's been sort of big right now in like the baking world during the holidays. So a lot of people have making the pumpkin cheesecake. So it's like half pumpkin pie and half cheesecake. Wow. And I was like, we could do that. Like, you know, I could pull that off. I can make that swing. So that's why I decided to let the old labels pass. I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah.
And I know that makes a lot of people sad. It's kind of like when you go grocery shopping. It's like you find a product that you finally like. It's like, yes. It's like, this is my favorite cereal. And then like next week, it's like, no, it's gone. Never made it again. You're like, what the it's like, I'm sorry that I had to do that, but there's better things coming. So like, last year we had 2 Christmas coffees. We had peppermint cookie one. So we'll probably do something similar.
Gingerbread or something like that.
Yeah, like say like a gingerbread, or one will be called like nutcracker, which will be like a gingerbread, like an iced gingerbread cookie, something like that. Keep it fresh. And if you miss it or you loved it and you missed it, it will recycle during a Christmas and July week. And it'll be cheaper because my goal is to constantly create new products as year in, year out goes. So it makes my life harder. Yeah, but if I'm not still in the game of creativity and roasting, then I'm just going to sit back and so that's why we have so many and we rotate things in and out like produce. That's kind of how it operates in the shop.
Yeah, I got a good suggestion. Coquito. You ever had that?
Yes.
They have Puerto Rican eggnog. That's what it is.
Yeah, that would be good.
Will sell. I bet you that will sell.
That would sell. It's spiked, isn't it? They spike it with tequila?
Yes. Yeah, no, Bacardi.
Bacardi, okay.
Ooh, yum.
I knew it was either Bacardi or tequila. So
yeah, Bacardi, and most of the time they put 151 Bacardi.
Oh man. Yeah,
the hardcore drinkers put the one, but you put the regular, the Bacardi light.
A very popular drink that is Scandinavian, mostly Swiss, is they make egg coffee. They actually take the whole egg and smash it into the grinds, mix it up, and boil it into a pan. So there's that, and then there's eggnog type coffee. It's also more Vietnamese. They take the egg yolk and mix it with sugar and like literally raw egg. And so that caught on, and more of like a Scandinavian kind of coffee. And so like eggnog, like I know a lot of Latinos and Spanish people drink a lot of eggnog, but they spike it, they feel like, and so they're like, well, hell, we got to work during the holidays. So they just added coffee to it. And then they had, that's what created that, but that would be awesome as well. Well, that's why I'm coming out with the Café Cubano is if that coffee, and I know it will because that espresso is going to be like just banging. It's going to be like electric. That's the base coffee I want to use if I were to because you can add flavors too. You can use it as your base coffee. So if you're going to be making a Latin coffee, you should be using a Latin based coffee or Latin style coffee. So if you made the eggnog coffee, obviously the espresso of choice is going to be either Cafe Bustelo or any of the other ones, or that's what I decided. So I even stuck with you guys will love the graphics that I'm coming out with these new coffees. So I kept if you go to McDonald's, what colors do you expect? Yellow, red, and that's sort of like Cafe Bustelo has like yellow, red. So it's like in your face, like alarming kind of like, so I stuck with some of these colors and kind of played around with different colors and stuff to kind of make you feel like it's something you grew up with, can identify with. So I'm excited to come out with these 4 other coffees, and I'm going to launch all 4 at the same time, which is going to be crazy.
Wow. Quick question, Mike. Quick question. Anybody in the chat, guys, if you got any questions, hit them up in the chat. We'll get straight to Mike. Anything about coffee, anything about website, the merchandise he's got. Because I got a question about Mike. I love this mug, man, Mike. His logo you got here. What was your inspiration? I mean, you what would you, when you come up with it? Come up with this logo and all that.
A lot of it was just because I hate to say this because I liked it, but it is true. I have spent some of the most. I've had the most like a lot of people who hate on Florida, because of where we sit on the, the political atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. I understand, but the reality is the people who hate on Florida also vacation here. Okay. Oh, yeah. And so you see them on the news and all that stuff. So some of the greatest memories I've had have been down at the Keys. If has anyone been to Sanibel Island or Captiva Island, phenomenal. So I've been to these different tiki hut shops and stuff. And it's also like a very island kind of thing. Like if you go into the Caribbean or Jamaica, where they make these faces out of wood. I don't know if you've seen it. They make like these skull figurines out of wood or out of trees and stuff, and they paint them. So a lot of these tiki places that I go to, and it's very like an indigenous tribal thing, is I started to bring like this tribal island element, like Mayan. If you visit, when you go if you visit the Maya ruins. Yeah, which I'm planning a trip on going, but I'm just fascinated with history and culture. So I study a lot about this stuff, and they do a lot of these weird contorted faces with and the flower element is more like what you would see in the islands, or if you go to Hawaii, you get a lei over you, and so like when they do their dances, they paint their faces as a skull. Right? Yeah. And they're doing fire tricks and stuff. That's where they came from. I just loved it. And like if you live in a tropical state, or in Hawaii or Florida or in the Caribbean or in Cuba, any of the islands, closer you get to the equator, you're gonna see stuff like this. And so I got this inspiration from a couple tiki places where it's like a tiki bar. It's like a tiki bar and a barista counter. So they're like mixing drinks. So that's a Florida thing. We do a lot of mixed drinks. And that's where that inspiration came in. So that's where the logo, the artwork comes in, and all those colors and stuff, like the colorful orange bean, that's like a tropical thing. It's so fundamentally basic. And I actually got the idea from the original bean and Coastal Cafe. I got that from, of all companies in the world, from Apple. Have you ever noticed every phone that comes out, it's the same damn logo? It's the same thing. It's like nothing more creative comes out with a new phone. It's just blank in one color. And so I thought, create something that's timeless, seamless, but also touches on the tropical vibe. So I took the same colors that I love, the oranges, the reds, the cotton candy skies. You ever notice that?
Oh, yeah.
And mix that with the flavors and culture of the tropical South, or even Hawaii, stuff like that. So, yeah.
It's awesome. Phil Miletus, thank you for coming in, brother. Thanks for checking us out. Mike, you should put it on a t-shirt, man. I was looking that I would be a awesome t-shirt, man. You put that logo on the
that's true.
I will update. I was gonna see what people thought about it, so I just threw it on. I
love it, man.
And people are like, bro, put that on a tank or a cutoff shirt or a t-shirt or hat.
Put it on a hat
or a beanie or whatever. So I'm going to do it because the clarity of that image came out so well. I used some awesome software to really develop that, and paid for the rights to have all the certain colors on it. Put on the mug. So yeah, and on the back of the mug too, with that
Cafe.
This product, it's a duo. So like if I come out the shirt, it'll actually have the cool Coastal Cafe on the other side of the mug.
Yeah, right. Like that. Yeah, like that. Right.
So if you got a shirt, the Coastal Cafe may be on like the arm seam or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Like, yeah, I was gonna say I love that logo. And this goes off a little bit to our comic book people. I know we got Black Panther 2 coming out with it's coming out this October in November, October. And they're gonna have Namor the Submariner. If anybody knows Namor, he's an old he's sort of like Aquaman of Marvel. And they're gonna they're refaming him a little bit from Atlantis to the Aztecan Mayan Aztecan culture. So his new stuff looks like this. His new suit and stuff has that Mayan Aztecan logo. So that's when I saw that. I was thinking of that. I said, I love that logo, man. It looks awesome. And I was like, man, I said that on a hat or a shirt. I was like, oh, that'd be sweet. Definitely, that's a hell of that's an awesome mug too. I mean, look, guys. I mean, let me go on this place. I mean, you got it on one side. Let me go all the way up to the mugs. I mean, that one side, and there it is on the back of it, man. That's fire, man. Awesome mug.
Yeah. I really want to get those the original like graphics like of the palm trees and everything that's on other products. So, but I'll definitely now that you say it, because I had several
right here,
and they're like, yeah, you got to get that skull thing on shirts and stuff. But I feel like I went through and I just selected tons. There's actually more female clothing stuff on here than there is male clothing, because men are pretty basic, Yeah. So I put a lot of different stuff. There's like sundresses and all that kind of stuff. Really top of the line stuff. It ain't cheap, and like, because I didn't want to sell cheap. Same with coffee. I didn't want to sell cheap coffee, so I was like, I wanted something that people felt proud of. And so I put a lot of stuff up there because I got a lot of fans from the Midwest, a lot of people from Oregon, a lot of people from different coffee states in the Midwest, because other than the summer, you're indoors because it's cold as shit. I mean, like, because I lived in the Midwest. I lived in Chicago, where the Illinois area, for about 3 or 4 years, and you spend a lot of time inside. So hoodies and beanies.
I was going to give you another idea. This logo, like you got on this whiskey, the whiskey color with the horseshoe, that would be awesome on a hat too. That or a shirt. The whiskey.
Well, yeah.
Whiskey or your different flavors, like make a shirt with it. Like especially I love that with a horseshoe too. I was like, you was talking about your Midwestern people, they're ranchers and all. They see that, they like that'd be a fire. They might they say, oh, this is like you got that Western feel to it and all that. So.
Yeah. And believe it or not, like people just love the artwork and they buy the shirts and stuff. And so as people have said, it's like, hey, I saw your logo on someone's shirt and it said Coastal Cafe. And I was like, where? So like people, like mostly in Florida, because mostly you can see, because they see it's like Florida stuff. I'm like, man, they just like it. And so, yeah. So it's cool. Like I'm not really into like clothing and apparel, all that stuff, but I'm getting more into because I partnered with a company that was able to do what I wanted, rather than being so risky. Because like the clothing industry, man, it's a money hole. Like you pretty much lose 9 times out of 10 every single time.
Yeah.
So people buy a bunch of inventory and they put all kinds of cool graphics and they make no money back on it. But this I was able to get a good deal and do what I want. So.
I was just going through the thing.
Oh yeah, the CK perks. So yeah, this is cool. It's just a little extra. Like if people want to invest more into Coastal Cafe and save more, like if you start an account, you go to log in, you could just start an account. It monitors all your purchases and saves points, kind of like having a point system. And I will come out with a gift card soon. Like you'll have a Coastal Cafe card. That'll come out mostly, when we come out with an actual physical shop. You could bring your Coastal Cafe card to the shop. So every purchase you make, so yeah, it's good to have that because you could take your points and put it towards your future purchases. So when you join, I give you points actually. So I check that every day. So every time I have a new subscriber, I just give you like 200 points just for joining. So that's $1 off. So you could put your $1 off on top of a sale and save a lot of money. So, and I put a lot of like, I haven't posted anything as of late, but I put brewing videos and aesthetic videos for you to learn and ask questions. So it's just a little bit of extra content that's not found elsewhere. Actually, if you're from TikTok and you probably see these videos like, hey, I remember that video. It's like originally this stuff was filmed because I'm doing it for Coastal Cafe. A lot of my content first starts from TikTok, and I change it for something extremely funny and just off-putting to like something super aesthetic. So I take the same material and I make brewing videos. So I hope in the very near future to have Coastal Cafe YouTube channel up and going where there'll be a lot more stuff on here, brewing videos and stuff. But man, it's a lot of work.
There's a lot of videos, guys. So here's the whiskey. He's got a bunch of different videos. See, there's the whiskey logo, got all that cool stuff.
Yeah, some of those are super outdated, but yeah, when I was doing like launch videos and tutorials and stuff, and this actually preceded, I believe, it preceded the TikTok time. This was, I think, before I had a TikTok. I was already posting. I had a TikTok with a different name, but I eventually changed the name, changed the whole thing. Because I started, it hasn't even been a year. I started my TikTok somewhere around mid-September, somewhere around that time, and wasn't taking it very seriously or anything. But yeah, some videos are super old, but everything like as far as the story goes, and I give a more in-depth story on TikTok. I made a couple posts about that, but I have some stuff that you could read. Just kind of a crazy how it all started. I was going to a private college, which is now a major university called Johnson University. It is sort of a religious-based university, but it's a university that meant a lot to me at the time because I didn't know what I was doing in life. I just wanted to be, say, like an actor, or I really love teaching and influencing people. So acting was something that I had to do as a prerequisite for my wanting to go in teaching career, But so I took 4 years of theater and also involved Shakespeare. So I was in some Shakespeare plays and did a bunch of filming and acting at that time. I thought about posting one of my first films. Is absolutely I play a French detective, and the same thing. I just played this persona for a while, and everyone thought I was French. And I was like, no. And they finally made me because I'm a very I kind of keep to myself, kind of person. And they finally made me. I was like, oh, this guy's sort of lame. It's like kind of boring. But I had a pretty decent acting career. So I really wanted to go into the arts, but things didn't go that way. So I went I moved to, I eventually moved to Illinois, and I was there and I studied, for a master's degree. But during this whole time while I was at the school I was at, there was no coffee shop. What college or university you go to that doesn't have a Starbucks on it? That's like going to a Target and there ain't a Starbucks in it. And you're like, what's going on? And so I was the only because I've been doing coffee. I've been drinking coffee since I was 13 years old. So it was I had all this fancy equipment and I had some imported coffee and stuff. So I just started brewing. I put I have an original sign that I have, an LED sign. I put it in my window, and college students coming in my apartment, and soon enough it became like a legal thing because you can only have fit so many people in a dormitory, and people were sitting on the floors. We had music, we had live musicians coming in, so we were doing the cafe bit in a dorm room.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so what happened was I got approached by the school board, like the administrators of the school and president. They're like, we like this, and it's like, why? What we will finance you to start, our first cafe experience, and we're not going to do them every day of the week because we want to see, how it works. So it was literally a cafe experiment, and it became the first coffee shop, which initiated the campus in the future. It's like, okay, obviously we're missing out on a large part of campus community through having a coffee shop where people could come and study and drink coffee and all that kind of stuff. And also it'll provide the school with job opportunities and all this other stuff. So now they have a fully functioning coffee shop. But they still, and for my purpose, for like to honor me and honor the entourage of the people who were involved, because it did involve a couple of my roommates and a few who worked and were baristas with me. They still do a traditional, they call it cafe night, every Thursday night. So they come in and they do like sort of like comedy. They do like a comedy time. They do time for aspiring musicians because they have a great music program. So they do live performances. They do poetry. They do all kinds of stuff, like stand-up stuff, because that's what we did. We wanted to do like a live and then serve coffee. So we had a full menu and everything. So they still do that to this day on Thursdays at Johnson University. And it brings in, there's a university across the street, Valencia University. It's a massive university. Mm-hmm. They have a trade program where they do different courses where you could study at that. And so a lot of students, they actually come over to our coffee shop because it's, quite frankly, they serve way better coffee. Wow. And they get involved with the campus there or the programs there. So it's really, really cool. A lot of international students come in, and then the first thing that they see when they come on campus is the coffee shop. It's the center and heart of the campus. It's the center and heart of life. Coffee is. And so I took all that when I moved away and then came back. I started dabbling more in roasting. Somewhere around 24 years old, and I've been doing it ever since. So I started a first roasting company. I sold to bistros and other cafes. I'd roast like 20, 30 pounds for a barista or cafe. They'd serve my coffee. It was called Coastal Roasters. And then I did coffee marketing. I sold different coffee products and specialty products, health products. And then I sold that business, and I sold my other cafe, and then started Coastal Cafe officially as a relaunch of everything. April 27th, wow, 2021. So that's sort of like, in a nutshell, my experience. So I didn't get into the game of roasting until later. I was first more into brewing just as a barista. But if anyone has questions about roasting process and all that kind of stuff, how it's done, where the coffee comes from, shoot me questions or whatever. So
exactly. Jedi Bill, brother, appreciate you stopping by. Anybody loves karaoke, check out Jedi Bill. He has an awesome channel. He does karaoke's late night. I mean, guys, you got to be up late because usually starts like 10 o'clock, and he goes up to 3 in the morning. They karaoke all night long, but he has an awesome channel. He just got monetized, and he's growing. He's almost popping up there close to 2K. I think he's like 1.5 or something like that. He is like booming this year. Check his out. That's an awesome show. He streams old westerns and different things. And usually they usually have little hangouts, but you got to be up late at night. I know, Mike, you sometimes are up late at night. I used to. It's hard to be now with working and all that. So, but yeah, he gets started like 11, usually like 10, 11 o'clock, because he lives. I got what time zone? He's in Arizona, Nevada area. So time zone's a little different. So when it's midnight there, it's a little earlier for them. So
3 hours difference, I think.
3, yeah. So
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get up till like 2 p.m. today because I've been having super late nights. Yeah. I'm still doing all the hardest parts of the new coffees coming out. So like I am a super late nighter. So I'm like mornings, I'm literally the coffee snob in the morning. I'm like,
exactly. Mike says, if you want to go karaoke, if you want to do some karaoke, man, go to his channel, man. He's got a hell of a crew over there. There's 3 or 4 guys and a couple ladies, man, they hit it. They do really good, man. I mean, they hit those songs pretty damn good. So, yeah, if you going to do some karaoke, go check out his channel, and he'll get you on there and karaoke with him, man. It's pretty damn cool. But guys, anybody in the chat, if y'all got any questions, I know we probably we'll be on a little bit longer. I know because can't be up late tonight because I have to be up early in the morning. But if you got any questions for Mike, we're like every Wednesday, we're gonna try to. We was started at 9 today, but sometimes 8, 9 o'clock. So we're gonna try to see what times every week. But we're gonna try to make sure we're Wednesday. Unless something happens or so yeah, things come up. So we do a show and we don't do a show for 2 months. So we're gonna try to get this weekly. So. Mike's got some new stuff coming out you just heard he's got four new awesome products coming out. I mean, we'll bring it up on the website and see them there, especially that Cubano one you was talking about. That's going to be I know my wife's going crazy over here. She sees that one.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping I can get everything finalized by this weekend. Like I'm thinking maybe as early as maybe Friday evening or Saturday. So, but I'll be doing a video presentation launch on that. So, because it's a lot. Like, I didn't want to come out with one here and there. I was just like, well, it's been a year. I want to really update the shop with some really rock solid coffees that are just out of this world. Some of my best work. I mean, some of my best work is already there, but I just wanted to do something different, and I felt challenged. So right now all the graphic detail work has been done. We still got a few more phases with some of the production, making sure that the quality is going to be. So there's going to be a pre-sale. So just to let everyone know, because when I came out with so it's probably the biggest launch that it did was the whiskey ones, because it's just they're so damn good, and two, it's it took a lot of work. So when I launched those, I didn't do a pre-sale way of doing the coffee. So basically I got a ton of orders the first day and then a consecutive order. So basically what that did for me is I'm roasting every night. I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid, and it's not convenient for my time or everyone else. So we're going to do a pre-sale. So when you have, rather than one coffee or two, you have 4. That's a hell of a lot of responsibility. So what I'm going to do is pre-sell it. So when all the orders come in, it'll actually sell out on purpose. So that way I could do it all at one time, because some of the coffees that I use are the same. I'm using the same bean. It's just a different flavor profile. So that way I could take everyone's order. So it will be a pre-launch sale. It'll be a big announcement, even though everyone knows that I'm coming out with the coffee. So look forward to that. I will be having an advertisement here on the website. You'll see it on Facebook, Instagram, and I will be going live as well on TikTok about it. So, but when I go live on TikTok, it's just going to be between me and the fans. So we'll just be having share and laughing and stuff. So if I have not gone live with TikTok, but when I do, it's going to be PG-13. It's going to be out. It's going to be a little bit, because we're going to be having, I'm just going to be sharing, and basically a Q&A time. So I will mention about the coffee there, but not as much, a lot more Q&A. So I'll be answering a lot of specific questions. So I plan on the same day that I launch these new coffees, I want to go live on TikTok, which earliest Friday, but most likely Saturday, because I still got a ton of work I got to do.
All right.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, and we're going to try this every week, and it ain't going to just be, we're going to bring some, like we're in a coffee shop, we're going to be talking some news, some movies, bring some special guests. We had some special guests in the past. We're going to bring that back. It has hobbies, different things, and we're going to talk about that. So, and, we'll try to mix it with coffee, what ties in with coffee. Daniel says, "What's your TikTok name?" Is tell him, Mike, your TikTok name.
It's The Coffee Snob, all one word. Like if you search by use the @ symbol in your search engine, or if you just put The Coffee Snob in search engine, I'm the number one. Number one.
Yeah, he's got 1 million views on some of his.
My popularity is 50-50. I'm equally loved as hated, because like I created it like as in nerd Star Wars terminology. I created a disturbance in the Force. There was a nice playing field, like force balance, and in the coffee creator world. Then I come in. I embrace the coffee snob because I don't know. I feel like here's another angle I'm looking at it is, this might be helpful for people who are creators. Name the class, name the subject or class that you enjoyed the most. And I can guarantee you that classroom, the reason why you learned so much from it is because it had a teacher in it that was phenomenal. Like the best teachers in the world are great communicators, and they're fun, they're interactive, and they engage. Here's the problem with the coffee community. Everyone, and I explained this in TikTok videos, I already had this idea in my mind. I just didn't know how to approach it. Is everyone's copying each other. It's boring. If I see the same pour over, I'm going to lose my shit. And so here's the thing. As a content creator, you don't have to use your material. The material is out there. If you can engage and have intriguing conversation and even laugh and make jokes about it. So I was like, I don't care if people make fun of me and hate me for the first 8 months for the first year. I don't care. Like, fine. If that's the opportunity. So I'm actually... The coffee people are in one lane, but when you're in the entertainment industry, you are now earn a badge in a niche that no one else can. Because the coffee creators, they try to do funny videos. They ain't funny. It's not, it's not catching a theme in the coffee space. Themes in the coffee space are the people who love, everyone who embraces and hugs each other. It's like, if you drink your coffee, however, these are the non-elitists. This is the new age people, the new age coffee people are like, and I'm a believer in that. But I don't know what happened in the last 10 years, but then the snob came up, like the purist, the elitist came in. I think it's maybe a part of like the sort of like, I don't know, just people who grew up in different times, older times, where they thought coffee only comes out of can, only should be drink. You can only drink it black. So this purist mentality comes in out of nowhere and really just ruined it for everyone, because coffee was just so elaborate, so, and it has such a rich history when you study it and you get to see all the different forms and fashions. And then this group of people comes up and says, no, you can't enjoy it like that. It's only like this. That ain't real coffee. And this argument, it's just insane. I think this dichotomy is insane. It's ridiculous. And so I was like, you know what would be funny if you just embraced it? Just like you just became like that's why comedies have the hardest time and the hardest careers, because literally the majority of your career sucks. You get tomatoes thrown at you. You get insults. Fine. If you hate me, there's going to be just a few that love me, but that's what I decided to do. And I didn't want to do it, like for so long without letting people know what's the backstory behind it. So that was the whole goal. And to be honest, I've met so many great people, so many loving and caring individuals, so many people who are passionate about coffee, so many people who don't know about coffee. That was my goal, is I want to meet people who are on the fence with thinking coffee is just the thing you get at a gas station versus wanting to learn more about specialty coffee. And I'm their introduction, because every time they see another brewing video from one of the other creators, they're like, pass. Oh, pass. God, I don't want to see this. And then they see me and they get to laugh a bit and they're like, hey, what was that brewer? what method was that? It's like, I'm actually interested now. So I'm more in the open market than anybody else. Because I'm in the entertainment industry. I could do something funny that's way off in the left field that somehow pulls in coffee, and now people are asking questions. So we have very provocative questions, very engaging questions, and then if it's a godsend question where I'm like, yeah, I need to respond to this, I will respond to it with a brewing video or something that I really feel like is going to bring value and not redundancy, because I hate redundancy. If it's redundant, unless you bring some sort of new creativity or element to it, then, even me who's in the industry, when I see it, like I'm on my phone and I'm like, oh, no. And then, there's a few creators who I follow who I think their creativity is bar to none the best. They're themselves, they're genuine, they're organic. They, but they bring a spin to something which adds value to the coffee community. So I was like, I don't care if people throw tomatoes at me, if I'm bringing value through comedy and entertainment, and people are able to learn. And even if I piss you off, that's the best part. Like, if you watch my video and you don't know who I am, and I had this happen, I had a few people get really pissed. They made some really hateful comments. They're like, it's like, how dare you? It's like, go get a life. You're a loser, blah, blah, blah. Just hurling, insults at me. And then they, watch all my other videos and like, oh, my bad. And then they learn something, and then we build a relationship. It's like, no, it's so cool. I'm like, is it your first? I'm like, quoting the Family Guy, Peter Griffin, when he's on the airplane, and he's like, the guy asks him, they're about to jump out of the plane. He's like, first time? He's like, no, not my first time. They're like, a lot of people coming on my channel. I'm like, first time? First time on your channel? It's like, if you got pissed off, well, hate to break it to you, my channel's called The Coffee Snob. My job is to piss you off, but not completely, just to cause some sort of consternation, and then you laugh and you see, oh, okay, I'm literally the irony over itself. So if you're actually a snob, if you're actually the person out there antagonizing other people's creativity and love for coffee, I'm making fun of you. Do you get it now? Like, I've been making fun of you this whole time. I think you're an idiot. So I'm the idiot in question, and we just have a lot of fun. That's the whole point.
That's what we're here for, man. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
But guys, we're almost we're past that hour mark. It's a little past 10, guys. Like I said, anybody watching this video, hey, come join us on Wednesday nights and bring your questions. We're gonna be here. Invite your friends, share the channel. Please subscribe. Check out Mike's Coastal Cafe, or just the website we've been showing a while ago. It has all his links and stuff. And he gave you a TikTok to check his TikTok out, guys. I mean, there's awesome stuff on there, guys. And check out the products, the merchandise and stuff. And then Erik, tell us about what you're fixing. We're fixing to launch on you, guy, Erik.
Yeah. I'm planning to do the Anything Go show. Just random kind of topics, whatever I feel like. That's what's gonna happen.
You got the website up yet? You got the YouTube site?
No,
up yet?
I haven't. Okay. Still dealing with my mom's passing. So
okay, yeah. I'll help you with that. We'll get it set up and get it set. Well, it's coming in the future, guys. Erik's gonna have some cool stuff. We got some ideas and stuff. But Erik's gonna be with us on the shows. Like I said, we're gonna bring back the wrestling throwdown. We got a lot to talk about on that. So you remember we was talking about that earlier about the guy slapping our autograph specialists in the face. Or Sean, we got an autograph specialist. So we'll have him on there. And we had one of the wrestlers slap him in the face. Oh, hey, I got proof because I got the video of it. So we'll see what he says about that. The Metal Taco Show, we're gonna bring that back. Different things. We've seen the preview earlier. We got the hip hop showcase. We got one of our friends up in New York. This is he's a rapper. He's a culinary cook, and he's a fitness exercise guru. So we're gonna try. That's what we're gonna try to get. We've been playing this show for like 6 months, so I mean, we got the intro down. We just got to get the time set and everything. So if it ain't, hopefully the end of summer, but if not, it's gonna around summer fall. So just got to get everything set up on that. And we had some our Night of Metal thing. We had one last year. We had White Collar, one of the bands. Our other I got to get with Ronnie, get him back on here too. About our band out of California, cool band. They got an 80s feel, like a Van Halen feel. They were at Rockville. They were at Rockville this year. The interviews on the channel, so if you want to go back and check that out, guys. We got a band here called Mind Virus here in Okeechobee. We're going to interview them, try to get them, and a couple other people we're talking to. So going to get back on that. We got Joseph. Going to get Joseph back on there with us on that one too. So we got a lot of cool plans, a lot of cool ideas. We're just got to get them organized, and we'll try to start getting them in a weekly or every other week, or we'll have try to set dates where everybody knows when we're going to be on. And I know right now we just been like, we're here Friday, and okay, let's just do a show tomorrow, and now people don't know, and people are out and all that. But we're going to try to give you a heads up. Like right now, we'll be back next Wednesday. Between 8 or 9 o'clock. So I will post that on the sites and stuff. Yeah. So like something happens, but we'll be back next Wednesday, 8 or 9 o'clock in that time frame. So,
and every show that we do, when we're just chatting and stuff is different. Like this one is more about catching up with what we have done, with Coastal Cafe, but next week is going to be more carefree, and we're just going to be sitting back and not really talking much about Coastal Cafe. So it'll just be like a talk show. So if you guys got ideas or want to hear a topic discussed, so we do some pretty funny shit on here, because sometimes we did like anything that happens in the world that's funny, we talk about it. So like we're going to talk about it.
Oh, exactly, guys. And he was saying we're PG-13 on some of them shows. Sometimes me and Erik gets to the PG-14, PG-15. So we try to up it a little bit. We get up it a little more. I mean, we might get shut down, but we won't go to jail. But we might get a little put that little age restriction on us. But Bone, she said link. Bone said link his channels, please. Coastal Cafe is Mike's channel. Erik had got his channel ain't up yet, so we're working on that. Hopefully in the next month, so we'll get it up and going on YouTube, and then we'll start linking and get it subscribed. So we just got to get it built and all that. So Bone's from Miami area, so he's another Florida man. So that's another thing. I know a lot of people on here from Florida. We had a special YouTuber we lost last year, JJ. I know Erik got to meet him when we did our stream last summer. From Jacksonville, we lost him around Thanksgiving last year. So there was an idea he had to have a Florida man show. So I got to get with a couple other YouTubers that's a little bit bigger than me. So they'll probably want to can get it set up better, like LDG, Tommy over from Fort Myers. I've got a couple others in the area. So I like to do that coming close around Thanksgiving time in his honor, because that was one of his ideas. And I know LDG, he can get all the graphics and all that. He'll make it awesome. Dedicated JJ, the Florida Man Show, JJ's Florida Man Show. Just just honor of him. So I know Bones are here in Florida too. So I mean, he definitely be part of that. And I know we got a couple others here in Florida. So and try to get that going. So guys, please, share the channel, help us out, grow. I try to get more local people. Thank God I see Daniel got in here from Facebook. Try to get that Facebook going, get people saying, because that's how we can get more local people to share. It don't matter if you're from China or you're from India. I don't care. Hey, we love you, man. Come on in here. But we're trying to build a little more local too. So and that's because Mike's likes local business. So we're trying to boost that up. And we're going international. We'll be like Pitbull, we're Mr. Worldwide, but we're going worldwide. But let's I would love to get some more local on top of that also. So yes. I'm gonna leave a couple previews when we leave. So like I said, we up it a little PG. I know this is a PG 12, but we some of our talks a little PG-15. So if you're offended, we apologize for that. So we'll let you know, when those shows come. We'll put the warning sign. But like I said, we do. If you like wrestling and stuff, we have wrestling shows. We have entertainment shows. We got different things. My man Erik down here. We have the autograph man, but we got the man who's got an open challenge. He's got open challenge to every federation out there. So I'm going to show that video of him working out, training for that open challenge. So I'll show you mine first, but mine's not as impressive as Erik's. But let me show you. Let me show you. Let me get it. I had it logged up in here. Let me see here. Okay, this is me. This is me working out. Yeah. That ain't gonna scare nobody, but
that's what I would think, basically.
Yeah, that's what they told me about that, and it was like, yeah. But I want you to look at this man right here now. Let me see. I got it here. This is from the training. This is from the training. Gold's Gym. He was a Gold's Gym, Power Gym. Where? Here it is. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, he's a bad man. I said them wrestlers shake, Mike. You gotta go. Mike's gonna go with us on one of these shows one day, and you see these wrestlers. See Erik, they shake. Got that shake, man. They know.
Yeah.
He comes over that guardrail. It's business, man. So.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Any final thoughts for tonight or anything you gotta say? Like I said, check out the website. Please subscribe. Please join us next week. And any other shows we got coming up. Mike, you got anything? Final thoughts?
No, that's it for me. So I mean, if you guys like the new background, so
hey, man.
Yeah, Mario.
Super Mario.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, conversation piece.
Hey, and you know what? There's a Mario movie coming out, so that'd be a good topic to talk about. I think it's produced by the same people do the Minions movies, so it should be cool if they do it is tight like that. As long as they ain't like that Bob Hoskins Super Mario Brother back in the 90s or 80s. You remember that one?
Yeah.
It's got a little rough.
It's such a throw off because everyone's used to my coffee bean background, and that's like in everything. All my TikToks and stuff, and then people see me live and like, what? Like, what? Yeah. Like, yeah, it makes sense that he would use that.
Yeah, Bone found your channel. He said with a K. Yeah, it's with a K. It's with a K. LDG, man, we gotta get you up in here again, man. He's been up here in the past. I know he says, listen, he's probably like me, about ready to go to bed. But hey, LDG, man, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get on your stream the other day. I got on there and my internet just clunked on me because I wasn't at home, so I'm sorry about that, LDG. And a happy birthday! I seen it was your birthday. So happy birthday on that also, LDG. I mean, I gotta go hang out with you guys in the near future. But guys, like I said, Erik, I know we'll get the website going. Anything cool? Erik's actually going to a show this Friday. I did Friday, right?
Yes. NXT. They have a show in Melbourne. At the Melbourne Auditorium on the 22nd. So I'm going to be there.
Cool. After that, man, we'll have to do a show and talk about it. We ain't been to an NXT show in way before the pandemic.
2 years, I think. I haven't been to one in 2 years.
And they've changed it around. It's not the same NXT now.
Ever since COVID, yeah.
It's the NXT 0.20 or something like that. Ain't the original guys. The one we used to. So Erik's going to let us know how it is. I know a lot of people will be interested to see how it is because it is coming to Fort Pierce, I think, in September or August, right, Erik?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so they're getting a little closer. I know Melbourne's, but interested to see how that is. Hopefully it's, as good as it used to be. I don't know hardly any of the new wrestlers on that because they've released a lot of the old ones.
Yeah, they released almost everybody. Jeez.
We sort of grew up with for a couple years, but we definitely will talk about that. But that said, guys, I hope everybody has a safe night. Thank you for coming. Thank you everybody that came in the chat. LDG, Bone. Let me go through everybody came in. Daniel, Phil Melitas, Cole, and Rough Girl. And anybody who's watching it didn't text, hey, next time hit a comment in that chat and ask a question. He'll answer anything, guys. He loves coffee. He loves helping people, because there's a lot of people get a nasty, crusty old nasty coffee from like even if it's McDonald's, whatever. And they just like, man, this sucks. They want the good fresh brew. And you get I think LDG says one time he got coffee from, I don't know, I'm not going to say a place, certain gas station or something had mold or something in it, so it was nasty. Oh. So I mean, you get that crap, you never want to drink cups of. But
yeah, I had a bad experience with McDonald's coffee. They burned the coffee and
yeah,
it's like drinking.
You get one of those, you don't ever want it again. So, and especially, even if you're at home and if you don't clean the machine right or something, and you get he's like, oh hell, I ain't do that crap no more. And Mike could tell you how to clean the machines, how to operate, whatever it's like, because he's got some old antiques to the newest high tech stuff. So, More Kitty, what is going on? Check out More Kitty's website. Also, she is running for governor of Oklahoma. So, I hope, if I was in Oklahoma, I would be voting for her. So, I endorse More Kitty. So, guys, I'm in Florida, but I do endorse her from Florida here, guys. So check her out. Support her. If you live in Oklahoma, support her, please, guys. We need change. We need new people. We need new blood. We need people not these people just stuffing money down their pockets and not doing a damn thing about us common folks.
True. So true.
So, you're not running. Yeah. Oh, she's not. I'm not running governor anymore. My primaries are tonight. Oh, okay. Well, anyway. She gave a chance. She got people listening. Guys said, I appreciate more getting out there. I mean, she got a lot of people thinking twice about, what we have and people that's running our country the wrong way. So I appreciate her being out there and, giving her time and effort and all that for that. But we support her anyway. I use K-Cups for my coffee fix. Well, Mike's definitely Mike knows about the K-Cup stuff and his coffee. He has that. What's those? You can put your different coffees in. Your coffee can put right in there and it works perfect.
Yeah. I had them on a site for a while, but I found out that Walmart has a better, an equal to commensurate brand that's cheaper. And they have them in stock all the time. It's an insertable filter. They even make one for Nespresso too. So Nespresso is kind of like K-Cups, but they make the pods. But they make an insertable filter for both of those machines. And you put the grinds in the hopper and just brew. So I've actually made the coffee, my coffees, so many times with all these quick machines. I call them quick machines. And I have them too. A lot of people think, oh, he must be, because he's the coffee stomp. He must be, I'm like, no, I have them. I have almost every version of the of these machines, and just trying to, because that's the thing about being a barista and a roaster is I want, if this is what people are using in their homes, the coffee better work with it, as best as possible. So I tell people those insertable filters are good. They actually make paper ones. So if you could find the paper ones that go in there, that's even better because basically it kind of works like a percolator, but the space is confined. So you actually might get a better extraction from a paper filter using a Keurig than actually your normal percolator that just sprinkles water over the grinds, because it's a more confined space. So, yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Bring your questions next week, guys. And everybody have a safe weekend and a safe night.
All right. See y'all later.
All right.